Example 6 is a ball on a spring is pulled 6 inches below its rest position and then released. The period for the motion is 4 seconds. Write the equation for the ball's simple harmonic motion. Sometimes these are easier if we draw them. To see. Alright? So we've got this ball that's on a spring and we're going to pull it down 6 inches below its rest. So it's down here, and since it's below, it's going to be a -6. Now it's on this spring, so what's going to happen when we release it? It's going to go up and then it's going to
fall back down.
Come back down. Okay?
And then it goes up, has to come back down.
So if we pulled it down 6 inches, in theory, it should go up 6 inches. And it says the period for the motion is 4 seconds. Why would they tell me that? Where would I put the 4? That's how long it took for it to come back down, isn't it? Alright, so let's write our equation. So, first decide, are you going to use sine or cosine? Well, the easiest way to choose, guys, is look at where it starts at. Remember, sine always starts in the middle of the graph, okay? Cosine starts at the top of the graph. Well, I don't have either one here, but if it's at the bottom of the graph, isn't that a reflection? So let's choose cosine, and we know since it started at the bottom instead of the top, it's just going to be a negative cosine. So let's write the equation. So since we got that, we know it's going to be a negative, and we said we're using cosine. We need to check and see, is there an A value? Well, how do we find A? What does A represent?
Amplitude.
The amplitude. And how do you find the amplitude?
Max minus min.
Okay, max minus the minimum divided by 2, the absolute value of it. So 12 over 2, which is 6. So my A is 6. Now how am I going to find omega? Omega is in the same exact location as what variable that we've done before? B. How did we find B before? Yeah, I used the period, didn't you? So the same thing here. Let's use our period.
2 pi over W
Is equal to 2 pi over our omega. So do we know the period? Yes, the period is what? 4. So multiply by the denominator. And then divide by the 4. And we find omega is equal to? Yeah, pi over 2. And so we get pi over 2 and then t. And there's our equation.